So the SpongeBob video was very fun to record, the collection. So why don't I do another show that if anything, I think I might actually like a lot more than SpongeBob now. How about I do a little collection on all my Simpsons figures? There is a lot, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna do this one a little bit differently. We're gonna instead put all the figures and all the playsets I own. We're just gonna kind of quickly go through these. This one and this one are Burger King toys. This is the mobile home that came with Lurley and Lumpkin and Homer as the Colonel. This is the Jack's Pacific Simpsons house. I don't have the other one, the Krusty Burger. I do plan on getting the house when it comes out. I don't know when it will be coming out though, so we'll just have to wait. This is the comic book shop, and that is the town hall. Almost all of my Playmate sets work except this one, because when I got this one, the entire base was completely destroyed and cracked open. So sadly, this one does not work wherever the buttons are right here. Yeah, they will just be on demo mode though, so you won't be able to hear any of the others talk. We have quite a bit of figures to get through, so let's just go ahead and start. Grabbing your random figure out, our first one is this Burger King Apu figure. So any of the figures that don't really fit with any of these playsets, like this one's a little bit too big to be in scale with the World of Springfield figures or any of the others, they will just go on this purple pad down here. This is a Godzilla Bart from Burger King back in like the early 2000s. And of course these are scene change ones, so this is the original like 2000s Bart from the Playmates line. Krusty, the 2.5-inch Krusty from the Jack's Pacific line. Mr. Burns. Excellent. Y'all might be wondering who this is. This is actually one of my very first Simpsons figures I ever got. This is supposed to be Lego Professor Frank, but I'm missing his head, so I just put a generic Lego minifigure head on him right now, but this is his body, so yeah, we'll just put him in later. Jack's Pacific Homer. One of my very first Playmates figures. This is Mayor Quimby. Island Resort Smithers.
All right, I'm in charge here. I propose that I use the remainder of the town treasury to move to a more prosperous city and run for mayor.
I'm just gonna pose the Homer like this and just have him sitting on the couch. That's how the other figures will be put on there too. Yeah, I guess it looks fine. This is Maggie from the 5-inch line of the Jack's Pacific figures. Lurleen Lumpkin. One of my personal favorite figures in my entire collection, mainly because he's one of my favorite characters in the entirety of the show. This is the 2.5-inch Jail Sideshow Bob. Jeff Albertson, I think his name was? The comic book guy.
So you can fancy yourselves experts, eh? Excuse me, no banging your head on the display case, please.
This is not a very nice chair to be putting these on.
And will there be any more splurging today?
I'm not gonna bother clicking Lurleen and Colonel Homer into the base, so we'll just put them right there, and I guess we'll just put Sideshow Bob right down here on the purple block, which looks okay, and I guess we'll also just put Maggie and Marge here, because I don't really know where to put them. Colonel Homer. Speaking of the devil, I guess. Here's the thing, I'm very shocked I still have functional. This is a Burger King Barney from the Simpsons movie. I got this thing brand new in the packaging, and he still works.
Call me! Call me!
So, very nice. I'm very happy to have this one. This is Lego Apu. My only other Lego figure from the Simpsons, sadly. I hope the one to get like Homer or something. This is Blinky, the three-eyed fish. He came with the Playmates Mr. Burns. I guess finally, before we put them all in, here is a Burger King Bride of Frankenstein Marge, which I actually quickly want to check how these scale with the 2.5-inch figures. She actually doesn't look that bad in scale with them, but not amazing, so we'll just go and put these in. I'm not gonna bother trying to use this one scene change. I'm just gonna put the figure on the base and call it a day. And I guess we should also go ahead and not cut since Colonel Homer goes right next to them. Notice the camera's about to fall, so we'll just go ahead and put these two really quickly on. I guess we'll also go ahead and put Blinky on here since, again, I just don't really know where to put all of these guys. One of my favorites in my entire collection, this is a Vampire Mr. Burns. Tons of play features with the playset. Definitely worth the $25. I love this figure. Here's old Neddy, old Ned Flanders. Hally ho, dilly do. Here's Slingshot Bart. Sadly, this figure is broken. When I first got him, I tried to move his legs, and boom, his leg instantly popped off. However, I'm able to just click it back in place, so, yeah. And finally, before we put him in, here's another Maggie. I actually think I might put this one on display, though. This is a Burger King one, and she also comes with Santa's little helper, eating the mac and cheese, I believe that is. Maybe, like, noodles or something, I don't know. Tired of putting figures on the purple base, so we'll just have Ned Flanders waving to Homer right here. And then, I guess we'll put Maggie over here, right by Bart, who I guess is, for some reason, almost falling over. I need to stand him up. We're just gonna put Vampire Mr. Burns next to his coffin, or I guess on top of it maybe. I guess we'll just do that, and then I don't really want to put Slingshot Bart on display since I have another Bart I'll be putting up later, so we'll just have it laying down right here because it's impossible to get this figure to stand up. That's a complaint I have with a lot of the 2.5-inch figures. Alright, this is going to be the final little wave of me showing these off. Here is Bartman from the 5-inch Jakks Pacific line. I'm very happy with this figure. I love this one. This is a Walmart exclusive. Here are the Jakks Pacific 2.5-inch Bart and Lisa. I have their accessories, but I don't really feel like getting the accessories out right now. Casual Homer from the original Playmates line. He's in his underwear. This is the 5-inch Jakks Pacific Marge. Yeah, I love this figure, but it's impossible to get her to stand up, so she's just gonna go off to the purple box thing. And finally, I got this one off eBay a while ago along with Bart. Here is Radioactive Homer, and he still has his mask. He's very dirty though. I cleaned him off a while ago, but if you take off the mask, you can really tell there's still a lot of damage on him. His hair is falling apart. So yeah, Springfield Town Hall is really bursting at the seams right now, but I'm gonna try and fit in one more figure, and I guess we'll put Casual Homer in the comic book guy shop, just because why not? We'll also put Bartman right here since I don't know, I think he would look fine there. Let's just stick the Simpsons family on the couch for right now. Alright, let's just put Marge on here somewhere, and then we'll get to the more odd figures. Here is the Quickie Mart, along with the little Funko Bart, which I'll just put both of those there. In terms of the Funkos, I have Mr. Burns from that Rome episode, which I haven't gotten to see yet. We have Marge from the Rome episode. I think these were like $4 each, brand new in the box, which I had to get. This one was really expensive, but I like this one. This is Obesius. And finally, here is Sideshow Bob in the Cape Fear outfit. I love this thing so much, because that's like probably my favorite episodes in all of The Simpsons, so super glad to have a piece from that episode. Of course, I'm like a large portion of my channel is about collecting plushes, specifically SpongeBob. But of course, I need to show off my Simpsons ones. So first of all, we have King Homer, not brand new in the box. I took him out. I wish I didn't though, because now he rarely ever stands up correctly. We have this very old Nanko Bart that I got an antique mall brand new with tags for $5, I think. We have another larger Bart. This is a crusty one. We have this Kid Robot Scratchy with a removable head. I do not have Itchy. We have Bart from the Jakks Pacific Wave line. Lisa from the line. And finally, probably one of my favorites in the set, but not very interesting, we just have Homer from the Jakks Pacific line. And the final things in my collection don't get your hopes up, they're not very interesting. It's just the Duff beer can, unopened, and then one that's opened. Yeah, I told you they weren't very interesting. Yeah. I didn't quite realize I had this much Simpsons stuff. It's actually really kind of insane. I mean, just look at the amount of figures I have. You can kind of tell it's insane. I don't know why my room's really echoey right now, and I have no idea why. Might as well give some little info, a little bit of info. First of all, where to get all of these. Flea malls, 100% recommended. I want to say 90% of the stuff on both of these chairs, and most of the stuff, and some of the stuff on the floor, all of, like, the vintage stuff here, like this, and almost all of that, minus the Jack Pacific stuff, all that came from flea malls. These two came from flea malls. Flea malls 100% recommended. Target is a recommendation, along with Five Below for the Jack Pacific stuff. And then if you want something like the Kid Robot items, maybe like, I don't know, check out your like mall. They might have like a store. Like for us, we have like a store in the mall called like Retro Toys, Replay Toys. That's where they have a bunch of Simpsons stuff in there. So if you want to get something like that, you can look in there. Plus online too. You want to get if you want to get King Homer, I think he's basically online exclusive. And finally, if you are interested in, these are at Five Below. If you want the Funko Pops, I 100% recommend to go to, like, I want to say maybe GameStop. I think GameStop is your best bet. They have a store in Tennessee on the island called Kryptonite. That's where these three came from, if you want to get them. And then I got this one from GameStop. Recommend there if you want to get, like the wave that this one's from. Along with this one, too. That's it, like, Target. So, hope you all enjoyed this decently long video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.